gotta get home to my son, cause he's so special to me. I mean, I need to see him, I need to breathe him. That's my baby, love him like crazy. I love the studio, but I love him more. Let me give you what I got. So I woke up in the morning feeling fresh to death. I'm so blessed. Yes, yes. I went to sleep stressed, woke up refreshed. I'm so blessed. Yeah, yes. Water in my face and everything is in its place. Peace of mind, even my grace. I'm so blessed. Yes, yes, yes. My grandma almost lived to see 92. I'm so blessed. Yes, 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 yes. My son was born healthy and beautiful. I'm so blessed. Yes, yes. My mom is on my right side, daddy on my left. My son, father doing his absolute. I'm so blessed. Yes, yes, yes. And I know what I know. And I know what I know. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, struggle won't happen. That's just the way it be. Ain't nothing coming easily in this life. Sometimes you gotta grow, you gotta work, and it gotta hurt. So you know, take a look around. Woke up this morning, this again, and this sun, you're so blessed. Yes, yes. You're around this job all night long, you're so blessed. Yeah, yeah. So we up in here with our hands up in the air, waving like we don't care. We're so blessed. Yeah, 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 yeah. I woke up in the morning feeling fresh. Dip, 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 dip. When the beach just woke up refreshed. Yeah. My son on the right side, daddy on the left, left. I'm so blessed. Yes, yes. Anybody in the house know what I'm talking about? Say yes. Anybody in the house know what I'm talking about? Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. We're all so blessed. Yeah.
Yeah. We're so blessed. I am blessed to be with you guys today for another episode of Into the Lyrics. I want to welcome you. If this is your first time, shout out to Jill Scott for that great introduction. Also, I want to know who's in the room right now. So if you're just joining us, please let me know. Pretty much throw up a like, put some hearts on the screen for us. Talk to me. Thank you for joining us. We're going to wait for everybody else to join. While we're waiting, I just want to get some things out the way. This is Into the Lyrics. If you've never watched this show before or been on this show with me before, this is the show where we break down the story behind the lyrics to the poem or songs of your favorite artist. All right. Our guest today, which you'll be hearing from later, goes by the name of Princessa Bosch. My name is Godsent, and I'm your host. Please, if you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. If this is on Facebook, please make sure you like so you can continue to join us next time, because we would love to have you again. I want to talk about some things before I bring out the artists. Shout out to all the movement is going on, Blackout Tuesday, even though it was a little confusing for some people. I still think, pretty much it made enough noise. Shout out to all the movements that's going on. I had the privilege of being invited to join a group that is titled Black Owned New Jersey. And that group went from maybe about 2,000 to like 30,000 just in a matter of 24 to 48 hours, which is crazy. So now you have so many small Black business owners just working together, just networking with each other, and supporting each other, which I think it's a beautiful thing. While we're doing that, I do want to mention that in the midst of us trying to definitely push forward Black businesses, let's not forget about businesses that are not necessarily Black owned, but definitely support Black causes in our community. I'm actually rocking a t-shirt. I don't know if y'all can see it right now. I'm actually rocking a t-shirt right now. It says solidarity was never meant for the cold-hearted anyway. Rocking a t-shirt, and this t-shirt, shout out to my homegirl, Leah James. She is not Black, but she is one of the people that I know is in my life that are for the Black community and for the Black progress. So in attempts to pushing ourselves forward, in attempts to us pushing ourselves forward, I definitely want to make sure that we are not leaving out, those that are burning our bridges to those who supported us over the years and continue to support us as a people. So that's, with that out the way, again, I hope everybody is having a good day. I hope everybody is having a good day. Let me just see. I'm having some. Please let me know. I'm getting a comment, a message that I sound real low. So please tell me. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can't hear me, whoever's in here right now, let me know if you're finding a hard time to hear what I'm saying. If you can hear me clearly, please put up some hearts, put up some put a comment up or something. Let me know that you can hear me. All right. I want to make sure that everything is coming across clearly and we don't have no problem. All right. So I got a like up there. All right. So that means that it could hear it real good. All right. Without further ado, in a few moments, I'm going to bring up our guest for today, which is somebody that is like family to me, pretty much. I'm definitely glad to have her on here. She's not only family to me, but she's somebody that's been a real amazing supporter of my movements, my poetry, and everything up until this moment. Hey, what's going on, Mercy? Thank you for your response. Thank you for responding, checking in from YouTube. So I definitely appreciate you. For those that know me, may not know me, this woman that I'm about to bring on is somebody that, like I said, I consider family, somebody that's dear to me. And you guys will find out a little bit why later, okay? But without giving it away, I just want to say her bio is probably one of the shortest bios that I've ever read on this show. But today is about the lyrics to her poem and everything, so we're going to definitely focus on that. She's a hairstylist. Shout out to that. It's another Black business owner that we definitely need to look to supporting as a hairstylist. All y'all always need to get your hair done, everything like that. So, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to talk about that a little bit later. She's a mother of two beautiful girls. One of those beautiful girls is my daughter as well, Joy. So I can definitely agree with that. And she started writing poetry about 10 years ago, and she put that on there. I don't know if I should read this part, but I'm silly, Sharma, so I'm gonna read it anyway. She said, "I don't know what else to write." It's completely okay. It's completely fine. I definitely appreciate having her on this show with me today. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring into, it's not a stage, into the screen, I guess. None other than Miss Princessa Bosch. A lot of people call her Princess. So claps, claps, claps. Woo! Hey, what's going on? Oh, you got a little dance. Okay. How are you? I can't hear you. Uh-oh. No. No, I think are you using your phone or your okay, so you might have to go back and set the mic and just make sure the mic is set. I don't know. Might have to go back and reset. But I can see you, but I can't hear you. I'll say just refresh the page or something like that, maybe. Okay, so we're gonna wait for Princessa to come back in. Couldn't hear her. Camera was clear, which is good. But I'm waiting for her to come back in. While we wait for her, again, I hope everybody's staying safe. Have you been out? I hope you've been out there protesting. Uh, you know, or in one way or the other, definitely supporting the movement. You don't, I understand that that may not be for everybody. Here go, Princess. I'm going to try to bring her back in again. Uh-oh, she left as soon as I brought her back in. All right. So, guys, just bear with us. Princessa is actually currently trying to figure out some things on her end in terms of the sound. So let's just make sure that. Meanwhile, while that is going on, I would like to definitely, if you're not connected with me on Facebook, please connect with me on Facebook. If you're not connected, we're following on Instagram. Follow my page at Real Godsent. Stay up to date. I'm a spoken word artist, but I do a lot more than that. There's a lot that I do. What else do I want to talk about while we're waiting for Princessa? So I did want to mention this, right? As it pertains to what's going on right now with the whole protest. And one of the posts that stood out to me that I wanted to point out or bring out on the show was this. There's something that I reposted on my Instagram. It says some people are posting on social media. Some people are protesting in the streets. Some people are donating silently. Some are educating themselves. Some are having tough conversations with friends and family. A revolution has many lanes. Be kind to yourself and to others who are traveling in the same direction. Just keep your foot on the gas. So that's just something I wanted to put out there. I think is one of the strongest, best way that you could really say this because people are different and there's many roles to play in this, and we tend to forget because sometimes people are criticizing people for not being out or being in the streets. But understand that there's so many roles that you could play in this, and you just got to find your niche. You got to find which avenue that you're looking to definitely help and support and move us forward as a people. So let me check on Princessa. She's back on. She's coming back on. I can hear
All right,
you.
now it's better.
All right. All right.
Hey.
Okay, good. We can hear you now. What happened before?
I don't know. I had to restart my whole phone over. So, and then it started working. I don't know.
That must be an iPhone.
Whatever.
How did I know?
Whatever.
You can't trust them iPhones. My wife was actually just picking on me because in order to do this show, pretty much I had to go you can hear me?
It's breaking up. I can't hear you.
Okay. That's probably just the internet. That's just sometimes the connection breaks up occasionally, but just let me know if that happens. So I have to pull out everything. So literally, you see how loyal I am, to Samsung. Like this is this is like 3 different generations of Samsung right here that I have, and I have the 10 right now, right? But this is my last 3 phones.
Oh my.
Oh man,
You don't trade them in?
Huh? No, I pay. No, I pay for them fully. I hold them until I fully pay for them, and then I go get another one. So I have the option if I want to sell them or if I want to use them for otherwise. I just end up just not using them for anything really.
Yeah.
Oh, so welcome. So first thing, how have you been dealing with this whole quarantine? You know, pretty much. Were you are you an essential worker or or were you on lockdown? Tell us how have you been dealing with it?
The lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
You still can't hear me?
It's like it keeps going in and out. It's like breaking up. That's why I'm trying to
Okay.
like.
Okay. You know what? We're having a lot of issues today. I'm gonna transition my camera. Um, I'm gonna transition my camera. So I'm not sure. Everybody else joining us, I hope you guys can hear me. I, I hear a
Okay,
lot
I'm
of.
gonna try to come back in again.
I'm not sure of it. I'm not sure it's you. I don't know. Uh, having a lot of problems today, so just bear with us. Bear with us, please. Bear with us. So, okay, I need to turn my other camera off.
This is still it's still breaking up for me. I don't know why it's doing this. Can you hear me? Fine.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Is
I
it?
can
I'm
hear
not
you
breaking
good.
up.
Huh? Can you hear me good now?
Oh my god! I don't know what's going on.
So you still can't hear? You still can't hear me?
I hear you. It's just breaking up so much for me. I don't know why. This is crazy.
That might be your camera, and not like that doesn't mean like it's breaking up on the live. So we might be good to go.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure
All
that
right. So hopefully we can make this happen without me going, huh? Oh, shit. Let me see if I move. I don't know. All right. Talk. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
can you hear me now? Guys, I do apologize. We've never had this. They said it's very clear on YouTube, so let's just go with it. I think um, that's probably just your
I hear
connection
it
that's
better
going
now.
on. Huh?
I hear it better now.
Okay, all right. So let's keep this show going. Again, I thank you for everybody that's viewing, that for just hanging out with us and everything like that, and bearing with us with all the little problems here and there that we're having. Um, yeah, but getting back to it, I was asking how you've been dealing with this whole coronavirus and stuff. The lot we've been dealing with. Talk to me.
Good. I'm always like on the run. I'm always doing stuff. I'm always out doing like work, hanging out, like doing stuff with my kids and stuff. So like it's kind of cool to just kind of sit back and just kick my feet up. In the beginning, it was a little hard, but now that I know like my start date is coming up in like 2 weeks, I'm like, I don't want to go back.
You're like, oh man, I can't wait to get back to work. And then when they're like, it's time to get back to work, you're like, man, I feel like I need to go on vacation.
Mm-hmm. For real.
Well, what's the name? I see that you are very active on your social media, like doing a lot of activities and stuff like that. In the house with the family. So you definitely
Mm-hmm.
staying busy, which is a good thing. So,
Definitely.
if there is one new thing that you felt that you've learned, acquired, whatever, during this coronavirus situation, like during this lockdown, if there's anything, let me know. Is there anything that you feel like you've
I mean, not really much. Just to like take a breather. That's what I learned.
Because you're always on the go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's like, and there's a lot of people that was like pretty tough for. Is like pretty much we don't know how to relax. We don't know how to take a break and things of that nature. Just in, just kind of derail a little bit. I just had this in my mind. I like to keep people up to date. I don't like to assume that everybody knows what's going on. One of the good news that did take place today is the news that we heard that the officers are all being charged, right? For the whole death of George Floyd, all the officers are being charged, and
Mm-hmm.
they moved the thing from third degree to second degree murder. And the other three
Yeah.
officers are going to face aiding and abetting. So shout out to all those. I mean, for those that feel like there is no progress being made in terms of protesting and stuff like that, it's good to be able to report the progress of it, because we're going to need this
Mm-hmm.
to go further, not just for this case, but for everything beyond this case, for the injustices that African Americans face in America, period. So I just want to put that out
Mm-hmm.
there to anybody following the news and everything like that, or you haven't caught up on the most recent news. So shout out to that. Um, so without further ado, right, I would like to get into your poem. The poem that you are going to be sharing with us today is titled "All Right," right?
Yes.
Okay. So again, this is when you wrote this poem. Do you remember where you were physically, like location wise? Like where did you start writing this in your bedroom? I don't know, on the sidewalk, in the park, in the shower, and then do you remember where you were mentally? Like what's going on through your mind? Because the whole goal of this show is to try to get to the story behind the poem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So physically, I want. So it's hard to answer this question because this poem was supposed to be two different poems. And then I just made them into one.
Okay.
So the beginning of the poem, I was actually at the Cryout Cave writing
Okay.
it. And then my second part, I was home and I just like felt the need to write, so I just started writing. Mentally, just in my zone. Like I didn't really have much. When you do hear the poem, you'll understand like what I mean. But I just really, I'm like a wordplay type person, so I was just in my head pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, well, this is just one of those. I remember Facebook always say, "What are you thinking?" or so you can post on your status. So So this is one of those just getting your thoughts out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
All right. Well, you know what? Without further ado, this is Miss Princessa Bosch performing. All right.
All right. Mind full of displaced thoughts, heart compacted with mixed feelings, feeling bound and gagged as I struggle to free my hand. My pen glides on this pad with ease. Poetry is my release. Stepping up to the mic, I prepare my voice to deliver these words held in the back of my mind, only to be revealed when I cry out. Might I add that poetry helps me to live, breathing in air, exhaling despair. I am winning this fight. I fight to get you to understand me. Understanding that this battle should forever be perfected. So when the crowd is finally left, right, I write. When I feel like it's all over my life, I just flip over the next page and start over a new chapter. I write. I write for you, I write for me, I write for she. She whose pride is too strong in times of need to cry out. She resorts to hiding out her feelings. Feeling as if no one but she is capable of mending her situation. Aggravation builds up. She writes a poem full of. She writes. Hold on, let me think about it. I forgot this part. Wait, hold on, guys. Hold on. I got to go to the poem now because I messed it up. I forgot it.
I mean, a poem full of
See, I was
struggle.
going to try to do this without reading it. Now I got to read it.
Let's go. A poem full of struggle and fears. You see her life as a glimmer of hope. You know, I got
Wait. I'm going to read it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm going to read it because it's going to be easier.
All right.
Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. Hold on.
We're holding on. We're holding on.
Wait, can you see me or no?
No, we can't see you right now.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right, hold up.
but we can just hear you.
Okay, here it goes. All right, I'm coming.
Welcome back.
Sorry, guys. All right.
Whenever you are. All right.
Why did I mess up? All right, hold on.
You know, I could just Princessa.
Hey, I'm coming.
No, you know, I could just put the lyrics up on the screen so you can read it, right?
All right, I have it on my book anyway. It's better that way.
Okay. So you want to do over? You want
I'm back. I'm gonna start over again. I'm sorry, guys. I messed up.
All right.
Mind full of displaced thoughts, heart compacted with mixed feelings, feeling bound and gagged as I struggle to free my hand. My pen glides on this pad with ease. Poetry is my release. Stepping up to the mic, I prepare my voice to deliver these words held in the back of my mind, only to be revealed when I cry out. Might I add that poetry helps me to live, breathing in air, exhaling despair. I am winning this fight. I fight to get you to understand me. Understanding that this battle should forever be perfected. So when the crowd is finally left, right, I write. When I feel like it's all over my life, I just flip over the next page and start over a new chapter. I write. I write for you, I write for me, I write for she. She whose pride is too strong in times of need to cry out, she resorts to hiding out her feelings. Feeling as if no one but she is capable of mending her situation. Aggravation builds up. She writes a poem full of struggle and fears. You see, her life has a glimmer of hope, but she can't seem to see it through those tears. She writes A lonely love letter to those men she believed she gave them a love. It'll make a heart feel better, but where did it get her? Tears in her eyes, pen in the pad, watching them sheets get wet as she writes an emotional testimony, too afraid to express her story. Verbally, that is. So, whip back, sit back, pen cap, ink splat, she writes a chapter on pain, hard work but no gain, monetary strain, wait, she writes a book of unanswered questions, buried blessings, mixed emotions matched with second guessings, and it's a little too late for stressing. So crumble up that scrap paper, flip over the next page, and start over a new chapter. I write.
Woo! You know, I've been saying this week after week. I need to definitely get some like hand claps or something in here. I need to get my preparedness game up, because after that it's perfect to, you know, all those watching right now, do me a favor, just comment with some hand claps if you guys enjoy that. You know, throw some hearts on the screen, throw some love on the screen. You know, if you definitely enjoy. This is Princessa performing All Right. All right. Um, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. Now, this is the fun part. We get to sit down and actually try to break down the lyrics, or the meaning behind this poem, right? Um, so let me put the lyrics up on the screen.
Yeah.
So we already found out where you were. You were, like you mentioned, you were at the cave when you started writing this. So I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to bring out some specific aspects that we're going to be talking about in this poem. You said, you know, I love how you start this very transparent, because as a writer, I've had those moments as well, whereby like literally, like, you know, there's something, like there's a lot up there and you don't really know where to begin addressing it. And you know, they always say, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much anywhere is a good place to begin. Like, it does not matter where you start, just start somewhere as long as you start. And
Yeah.
it says, mindful of displaced thoughts, heart complicated with mixed feelings, feeling bound and gagged as I struggle to free my hand. My pen guides on this pad with ease. Right? When I was reading this, I was like, there's a lot that was going on. Like, it is a lot that's going on. Right? Now, I don't know
Yeah.
what this lot is. And, you know, again, this, I'm just trying to bring that story out of you. So, your mind full of displaced, mind you, you just told us the setting. You were in the open mic setting, right? You were on the open mic setting where people were performing, sharing their thoughts. And in the midst of all of that, you were carrying all this thought in your mind. You know that you ever heard this saying, like, you know, pretty much, what's the saying, like, you know, people that's like surrounded by so many people, yet they feel so alone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you were in one of those moments at that time. That's what I feel like this is communicate, or this is what this communicate to me. So I want to know, I would like to know, if you remember, what exactly outside of being at the cave was going on in your life at that moment, if you remember.
I mean, there wasn't really. So what that whole line was talking about was really me trying to express myself and it being hard to do so, because I couldn't get the words, I couldn't get the feeling. So that's why it was feeling that way. And then as I'm feeling like bound and gagged, my pen just starts to do its thing.
Okay, so pretty much, in other words, I mean, because again, it's like the moment that you put the pen to the pad, it was like it just kind of, everything just kind of flowed. So
Mm-hmm.
like just like I said, the next line, poetry is my release. It's, pretty much it literally just kind of freed your mind.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, that's one of my favorite sayings. I have buttons that say poetry is my release and everything like that, because strongly that's one of the things that I do believe. Uh, and then you say, stepping up to the mic, I prepare my voice to deliver this word, held in the back of my mind, only to be revealed when I cry out. I mean, this is literally understandable. You're talking about the freedom gained from being able to go from writing to then performing on the stage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, might I add that poetry helps me to live, breathing in air, exhaling the sphere I am, winning this fight. I fight to get you to understand me, understand that this battle should forever be perfected. So when the crowd is finally left, right, I write. Uh, again, I feel like I know what you're gonna say in this part, right? Um, what fight is it? The fight to get your thoughts out? Because when people write
Yeah.
mentally or literally, you know, so you're telling me there was no other fight that was going on that you needed to get out. This was just about the thoughts in your mind.
Yeah, so like I was saying, since this poem is like a two-piece poem, so like the first part, I was actually talking about trying to get my words out, get my feelings out, right? But then when you hear the second part, then you start hearing about life. Then I was reading, I was like, oh, this translates like good for both parts. So like the
Right.
first part is kind of like trying to get my thoughts out, get my feelings out, and then the second one is like, boom, I got my feelings out. This is what I feel, you know.
So it's always a struggle. It's a struggle to get your. So would you say that you're kind of like a hard shell?
What's that?
I said, would you say that you're kind of like a hard shell?
Definitely.
Okay.
For
Okay.
sure.
So I mean, so then that would make sense because again, you're reflecting the fact that it's a struggle for you to write. So my question to you: you say you've been writing since you were 10. How often do you write?
So back then, I used to write all the time, and I had like a lot more free time um to do so. Like my job wasn't as demanding as it is now, and I just had more like time to think about things. And then like going further in time, it started to get harder. So like even now, I still haven't written anything like since, I don't know, 6 years ago maybe. So even still, I'm trying to fight to get it out.
Wow, wow, that's very interesting. What's going on, James Ellaby? I see you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ellaby. I'm gonna continue. But although it's so hard for you to write, why do you write, or why do you feel? Why do you have the desire to write?
I think I put too much in my mind. Um,
You hear me?
I because I'm so big on like wordplay and like all that, I just it's hard for me because then I'm like, damn, that don't sound good, that don't go right. It'll take me like forever to write a poem because I'm like, all right, that don't sound good, that don't go good with it, you know. So that's the part of me that I need to like push away.
I also wanted to bring out the fact that pretty much that although it might be challenging to release, it feels good to release. Like pretty much when you actually let those thoughts come out and be able to stand on that paper, the weight there's this feeling, there's this weight that is like you feel relieved. And I wanted to mention that's how it feels for most of us poets, writers. Pretty much is like with scribes, and it's like we have this mission to just be able to push some of this stuff out. I'm gonna go forward to say, when I feel like my life, when I feel like it's all over my life, I just flip over the next page and start over a new chapter I write. Um, this right here reflects something just about your character to me. Uh, it reflects how much of um, a fighter you are. Like I feel like this moment, you're fighting your thoughts. You're fighting, pretty much. Even when you don't feel like writing, you're fighting that feeling. Pretty much. And then now you get to this point. I feel like it's all over. I love the fact that you said that feel like, because how many times in life do we feel like it's all over, but it's not actually over?
Yeah.
Like it's reality. Like, pretty much we go through things. I mean, right now, we're going through, as a community, we're going through a lot right now. And in everything that we're going through, I definitely had somebody comment or saw somebody's comment and say, the world's about to be over. And I mean, they're expressing how everything that's going on makes them feel, but it's not the reality. So I love the fact that you choose, when I feel like it's all over my life, I just flip over the next page and start a new chapter I write. Do you feel like this part right here could speak to the situations that we're going in right now? Do you feel like we as a people, Black people, need to flip over, start over a new chapter and write?
Yes, totally. Like even just with like all this going on, you see so many things on social media. Like you see everybody coming together, but then you see like the bad things, like people commenting like all this protesting, all this rioting isn't gonna do anything. And look what it did. You know what I mean? Like it's not over. So it's definitely goes without saying that it goes with that.
So again, I'll add to that to say, like, literally, um, I I watched Donald Trump um, his recent, I guess, speech or something that he gave, where he was talking about African Americans and we have nothing to lose, and that 50 something percent of African Americans are unemployed anyway. Why not try Trump or something like that? And some of those, it was pain. It was utmost completely disrespectful for him to actually even address us in that manner as a people, when he's clearly part of the problem. However, there are some facts that he quote unquote shared, right, that were painful to also hear. And my only thought is, here is an opportunity for us as a people to change our narrative, right? To change the story, to support our small businesses, to empower ourselves, to circulate money amongst ourselves, so that that is not our story as we go into tomorrow, as we go into the future. So when you come to flip over the next page and start over a new chapter, there are certain things, like, it's like beating a dead horse on the head. Like, when it comes to this whole situation, I feel like we just need to flip over the next page and start a new chapter. Sometimes we have to realize when the chapter in our lives that we're currently in is over. It takes
Yeah,
maturity and
totally.
growth to realize. All right. That was that line right there hit me. So I'm gonna get back to the
Mm-hmm.
lyrics. You said, "I write for you, I write for me, I write for she whose pride is too strong in times of need to cry out. She resorts to hiding out her feelings, feeling as if no one else but she is capable of mending her situation. Aggravation build up, she writes. I feel like there's more to this. Tell me what you communicate that we don't know
There's
about.
not, so I mean, so like that part, it makes sense. Like, I have a lot of pride where if I do need help, or if I'm like, if anything that's going on, like it's really hard for me to like ask for help. It's really hard for me to just say that I need something, so it just all makes sense for that. When when it's hard for me to cry out about it, and that's pretty
Right.
much what it is.
Whew. Okay.
And I feel like I'm like, I'm gonna hide it because I feel like can't nobody else help me, can't nobody else fix it, so let me just sit back and be mad and write.
That's so that tells us something about you then. So you really like you said, you don't like asking for help, assistance, or nothing like that. Or you find it hard.
Mm-mm.
Well, is it that you find it hard
I
to
Yeah, I find it hard to.
ask, or like you find it hard to like trust others with your problems?
um I just kind of feel like if I can't handle it myself, it's hard for me to have somebody else handle it for me. So I'm just like, you know what, let me just push back, let me just try to figure it out.
Okay. Okay. So you're the definition of what they call an independent woman.
Hmm.
Um, so it says a
But the
poem.
funny part about that,
Hmm.
the funny thing about that is that like I'm so independent like that, and like I'm like, I don't need help, I'm good, da, 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 da. But then again, I'm the type of person that wants to help everybody out. I'm like, I want you to come to me with your problems, like let me know, I'll help you, da, 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 da. But then me, I can't like reciprocate that. So
Wow, that's very interesting character to definitely have. Like you go through things on your own, but then everybody else you want to be there for them. I mean, it's I don't even think that's a bad thing. I think it's a pretty upstanding thing to character be. Except for those moments when somebody really could be there for you. I feel like I share that a little bit.
mhm.
Um, when it comes to for those that's following me, they know that my business has been closed down for a couple of months now. We weren't able to get any type of funding, and it took everything, every ounce in me to be able to come around. It even took my wife pushing me a little bit to actually post something on Facebook like I need help. But I am that person that literally I love helping others. I love putting myself in a position to help others.
Yeah.
So I can really relate to that right there completely. It says,
Hmm.
a poem full of struggle and fears. You see, her life has a glimmer of hope, but she can't see it through those tears she writes. A lonely love letter to those men she believes if she gave them her love will make her heart feel better. But where did it get her? Tears in her eyes, pen and pad watching them sheets get better, she writes. So so you've inserted yourself into this poem now. You're comparing yourself to the poem. Talk to me about what you're looking to communicate to the audience here.
So a lot of times when I write, it's like about myself, but it's also about what I feel others would be feeling. So most of the time when I write stuff, it's like about women, um, and like what I feel like my peers would be experiencing. So, you know, at the time when I was writing, I didn't have any like struggles or any fears that I was dealing with. But I do remember a time when I did have struggle, I did have pain. And, you know, I would just like, I would write. I would just try to just figure that out and just write it. Like I said that I started poetry 10 years ago, but I really like started writing in high school. And that's how I would feel like if I had any like drama or any struggle, any like anything going on, it just felt good to just write. Yeah. And then like that second part, you know, it's something that's real. You know, a lot of times you give a person your love thinking that it's gonna be amazing and then it ends up not. So then you're sitting there in tears again.
I reserve my comments on that one. um, so again, for all anybody watching, if you have any questions, any comments that you want to add, feel free to definitely input that as well. You're more than welcome to. I'm gonna scroll up so we can go a little bit further. I love the way you just describe a lonely love letter to the love letter to those men. She believed if she gave him her love, it will make her heart feel better. I love the message here also that just shown, like, you know, pretty much like how just men weren't the solution or what was missing. Like, you know, pretty much something
Mm-hmm.
um like, you know, pretty much it just shows. I mean, how often do people just feel like they need to replace like the empty space with a person, man or woman, you know, whatever it is, and come to find out that entering into it, that this wasn't a solution. This wasn't. It doesn't make you feel any better. It doesn't solve your problems and things of that nature. If anything, you know, sometimes people use relationship just like they use alcohol, just like they use drugs or whatever, which is kind of like an escape. The only difference with
Yeah.
alcohol and drugs is the fact that you could take it and it will be gone. But when it comes to a relationship, depending on how much of yourself you give into that relationship, that junk will stay with you for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
we we getting through this. We getting through this. So it says an emotional testimony. Love it. An emotional testimony. That right there it's something that I feel like I would put that on a t-shirt. A t-shirt is mad deep. I am an emotional testimony. It's crazy. Too afraid to express her story verbally. That is so that is so with that sit back, pen cap, ink splash. She writes. Oh, you got a little writing trick right there. Um, I want to say that even talking to you right now, this poem consistently mentions this fear of sharing, right? This fear of expression. And
Yeah.
I feel like you writing this poem was you in some way facing that fear.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Totally.
A chapter on pain, hard work, but no gain, monetary strain. Wait, she writes. You keep telling me this is just about thoughts in the mind, but I keep feeling like there's more behind it because it's so vividly painted. It's so with words are so like painted, or maybe you're just able to channel things, or or maybe you're channeling another time in your life as you write, because as writers, we sometimes channel things that we've been through, to be able to carry that emotion through that moment. As I'm reading this, like, pretty much, again, I could be wrong. It says a chapter on pain, hard work, but no gain, right? Most people believe
Yeah.
hard work brings you, you work hard, you're gonna make profit from it. So when you say a statement like hard work with no gain, monetary strain, like that's speaking from an experience. That's speaking from a place where something happened, something took place, whereby you just feel like, yo, I put my all in it and nothing from it. Now, are we still referring to this relationships that we talked about in the last stanza, or is this another situation that we're addressing here?
Um, I feel like it can be for both. Like when I wrote it, it was really about just me like being a hard worker, but not feeling like I got the fruits of my labor as I should have.
Did somebody
So
pass?
that's why I say the monetary strain.
Did you get passed up on like a
What's
promotion or
that?
something? Did you get passed up on like a promotion or something?
No, 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 no. But I just like if you knew like the work that I do and like how I am at work, for like the way that I like hustle and do my thing, I feel like I should be further than, which this was back then. So then now I'm like, that doesn't really correlate with how I feel right now.
Okay.
But
I mean, that's
then I'm like,
understandable.
I feel like I'm doing a lot of work. I'm like, you know.
I mean, that's understandable. No, no, in no way am I, thinking, or unless you tell me that you are where you were when you wrote this piece. All I'm trying to do is just channel some of the expressions, because sometimes even when we express our emotions, depending on the type of writer that you are, some of us are much more hidden with the actual things that are going on in our lives, and we find a literary way to express it without telling our business, you know.
Yeah.
But this is the show where I get into your business, okay? I'm trying to find out what took place, what happened, if there was anything. So it could be, you could be channeling any aspect of life, anything that could have happened, and that is completely understandable. Just helping the viewers understand kind of like how poetry works. So it says on the bottom, a book of unanswered questions, buried blessings, mixed emotions, matched with second guessing, and it's a little too late for stressing. So crumble up that crap paper, flip over the next page, and start
Scrap.
over the new.
It was supposed to be scrap paper, not crap.
Oh, okay. Crumble up that scrap paper. I mean, both works.
It does. It does.
Both works. Paper flip over the next page and start over a new chapter. Right now, pretty much, because I know you're saying that I write, but as I listen more to this poem, um, I feel like writing could represent something else. Like writing could represent you, like, because life is full of chapters, right? It's you going in a new direction, making a new decision, entering into a new relationship. I feel like in this poem, because it talks about, the first stanza talks about going through certain things and then saying, you know what, I flip over and I write, right? And then the second stanzas talk about going through this, being disappointed, pretty much failed relationship, mixed emotions, and when it seems like things wasn't working out, then we flip over the next page and we write. I don't hear
Yeah.
you. I don't hear you addressing you writing, but I hear you really just using I write as a replacement for turning over literally a new chapter in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is
and that's why I was saying, like, in the beginning of the poem, it's about literally like writing,
right,
and then the second part is why I write. So the first part was, it was supposed to be actually both of them were supposed to be cry out pieces.
right.
We were supposed to have like a poetry is my release, and we were
I know.
supposed to have an I write.
Right, right.
And then I don't know what happened, but it ain't happened. So I
We,
said,
we
hold up, these two could go good together.
we still, a lot of people still got their right pieces. We could always bring it together. I mean, we performed it a couple of times, right?
Yeah. So
Uh,
that's why it was like the first part was really about me writing, like literal writing. And then the second part was like, boom, I write because of this. Boom.
so, okay. Oh, that's the end of it. We got through the piece. Yay me. I say, I say yay me because for most of the shows and the guests that I have on the show, I get so engulfed in the lyrics that I start breaking it down that it's almost hard to like get through the poem like within the time
The whole
frame,
thing.
which is one of the reasons why
Mm-hmm.
I started doing one guest as opposed to two, so we can have a lot more time for
Mm-hmm.
discussion. Because when I started it, we are having two guests, and the show will go on till about 8:30 instead of ending at about 8 o'clock, and that's because the discussion with both of
Yeah.
them, which is supposed to take like half an hour for each poetry discussion, would go so longer than that. And sometimes some people's poems are just so long already, or songs, that we can't. Now, there was another piece that you wanted to share, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have the time. Do you want to still share
Okay.
that piece? I may not be able to put the lyrics up on the screen, but we
I
can definitely discuss it because I know that was your first poem of choice.
mm-hmm. Yeah. We could do it. I'm down.
But just in summarization, before we transition over to the next poem, this with this poem, you really are just trying to communicate with the listener, your purpose of writing and what writing does for you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it goes well with the title. All right. Pretty much. um, so the next piece, you can go ahead and just share it, which is titled "Young Mixed Girl." Right.
Young mixed girl.
Go ahead.
Yas. Look into the mirror, young mixed girl. Eyes on the prize, nothing's wrong, but you try and fix. Girl, mocha colored skin, no blemish in sight, but you pile on the Mac in spite of the beauty before you. You're royal, but in his eyes, you're a peasant, so you present yourself in a different light. You hike your skirt up to new heights, making sure that shirt fits tight just right. Now he's got you in his sights, but he's a mirage. What you see is not what you get. Ready, set, go. He's gone. Now you're left with regret. Respecting yourself, you lacked, and yet you expect him to give it right back.
Mm.
Look at how you represented yourself. You turned to house liquor from top shelf. Just look at yourself. Please go back and look into the mirror, young mixed girl. Mac on your face as you begin to rinse. Girl, good things come to those who wait, and God things come to those who pray. So sit back and wait. This is your fate. And kneel down and pray. Near is the day that he will be delivered.
Yeah. Woo! Good job. Okay. So this piece
Yeah.
this piece is a little different, right? And you said it in what
Mm-hmm.
your other poem that pretty much many times you are addressing emotions of women, um, and stuff like that. So Tell me, same question. If you remember where you were physically when you started working on this piece, and where you were uh, mentally, emotionally.
So physically, I don't exactly know where I was. Um, but I do know that I was pregnant at the time. And then me just having like I have at the time my daughter was 6, my older daughter, and then being pregnant with another girl. I just felt like this was a poem that I needed to write um for the future, just because of what I, being a young mixed girl, had felt and had gone through. So I felt like this was a poem that needed to be said, um, just for myself and for my girls.
And the the child that was our baby, right? Joy.
Hmm. Yes.
Oh, just want to make sure. I don't know yet. Might have another one. I don't know.
Lord Jesus.
I'm silly. Uh, what's the name? Okay, so it says, "Look into the mirror, young mixed girl. Eyes on the prize. Nothing wrong, but you try and fix, girl." Now, see, now that you gave me like that background information, I'm able to like
Hmm.
connect the dots because you're talking about looking into the mirror, eyes on the prize. Um, Nothing wrong, but you try and fix, girl. Right? So
Yeah.
we've heard that women go through a lot of emotions while they are pregnant, right? They go through a lot of emotions as well as they go through a lot of things. Tell us what is it that you felt was wrong at that time?
Oh, God. Wait, hold on. You can hear me?
Mm-hmm. I can hear you just fine.
Hold up. Hold up.
All right, so we've lost Princessa again. Um, Guys, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Thank you for definitely sticking with us. Again, you're welcome to ask any questions. Yeah, you're welcome to make any comments. If there's any that you want to add, waiting for Princessa to join us back. I guess she was having some technical difficulties on her end, and she is
There was like
logging
a
on right now.
there was an emergency broadcast that came up on my phone, and then I couldn't hear no
No,
more.
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's that iPhone. I'm telling you, iPhone and then who you
True.
got? Who you got for internet? Who you got? Are you
Anyway,
on
go ahead.
Wi-Fi
Keep
right
going.
now? Are you on Wi-Fi?
No. I actually am,
Oh,
but
okay.
before I wasn't on Wi-Fi because it was being weird, but I am now.
Yeah, because the cellular network usually work better than the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So wait, what was you saying before when I got in?
Yeah. I was like, what was wrong that you felt that you needed to fix? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you before, but I hear you now.
I said, what was wrong that you felt you needed to fix?
So there was nothing wrong. That was the problem. So that was what I was saying. So um I was saying like eyes on the prize, like I'm the prize. Nothing's wrong, but you try and fix, girl. So there's nothing wrong with me, but I still, in my mind, I'm like, I need to fix it. I need to fix what's going on. You know, as you keep
Yeah,
going, then you'll know more.
I mean, I was just curious if do you feel like that had anything to do with pregnant? You know, your current the fact that you were pregnant, probably because you didn't like your body at the time, or whatever else was going on? You feel
No.
like it had any connection to that? No? Okay. All right. It says mocha colored skin, no blemish in sight. Still got it. I see. Uh,
But I got the Mac on now.
you so silly. Um, but you pile on, the Mac in spite. I guess you're a fan of the beauty before you. You're royal, but in his eyes, you're a peasant. So you represent yourself in a different light. You hike your skirt up to new heights, making sure that skirt fits tight just right. Tell us, what are we talking about?
So just like what it says,
Mm-hmm.
just to get the attention of man, of the person, you feel like you need to do all these things to get the attention of that person, and to get the love and to get the heart of this person. So women, as us women, we tend to do extra things to try to get the attention of men. So that's what that was for.
So do you feel like women don't need to do this extra thing? Are you saying that women shouldn't do these extra things? Or are you just reflecting the fact that this is what we do?
This is what we do. I feel like in society gives us like a warped image, and it's like you need to look like this, you need to be like this for you to attain the attention of the opposite sex. But it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't have to feel like that, because you're the prize. You're the one that should be like wanted no matter what.
Okay. So and then you say now he's got you in his sight. You caught his attention, right? But he's a mirage.
Mm-hmm.
What you see is not what you get. Ready, set, go. He's gone. Now you're left with regret. Respect yourself. Respect in yourself you lack, and yet you expect him to give them right back. So tell me this. And now, of course, I must ask, right? Pretty much treading lightly, because I do know a lot about you, right? I'm assuming this is a specific situation that took place.
No, I when I was writing it, I was thinking about like my past, and about
Okay.
like how I was in relationships. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, this is the guy for me. We're gonna be forever. This is us. And then that was a mirage. What I felt like I saw, I didn't get. And then he's gone, and now I'm left with regret. And then I just, it's the cycle goes over again. So
do you feel like this is a issue with men, generally, or I mean, I'm trying to find out, like, do you feel if this is a cycle that kind of continues over, and over again, and you sound like the type of woman that wears your heart on your sleeve, literally, which you kind of just give yourself totally to this man or this man. Do you believe that this is like an issue with men? Period.
I feel like it's an issue. It was an issue with myself. It was an issue with myself where I had to figure out that those things weren't necessary, So because like that issue with myself, it translated to the men that, that I loved.
Interesting. It says, I'll read on to say, look how you've represented yourself. You've turned to house liquor from Top Shelf. Just look at yourself. Please go back and look in the mirror, young mixed girl. Mac on your face as you begin to rinse, girl. good things come to those who wait, and God things come to those who pray. So this, you know, the fact that the line that I want to point out here is that good things come to those who wait, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
you're pretty much addressing the importance of waiting. That when somebody, the only people that value waiting are people that have literally experienced rushing. And I feel like a lot of the poem is talking about not realizing how royal you are as an individual, like how golden you are as a woman. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and giving people that didn't deserve access to you that access, granting access,
Yeah.
or maybe be or granting them access before they deserve access per se.
Yeah. So like, the good things come to those who wait. Like, you wanted this good thing. This was something that you always wanted. But you rushed to get it, and it was not good. So just wait for it, and it'll come to you.
Oh, that was cute. Uh, um, no, but you're right. You know, pretty much anything good in life is worth working for, and anything that you have to work for doesn't come to you immediately. It's not by magic. You know, pretty and that's life. Literally, it takes time. Whenever it comes to anything that's good, it's anything that's good takes time to build. You think of a house, right? When it comes to a house that you're
Yeah.
building, you have to first work on the foundation, and then you have to. I'm not a builder, so I'm not going to tell you what other aspects you got to put in there. But there's so much that you have to work on in order to make sure that that house is stable. But if you were to rush in that house, in no time that house is going to fall apart because you didn't make sure the foundation was strong. You didn't make sure so many other things were there. So if there's any message that I feel that you're definitely translating here is the importance of slowing down, right? The importance of um, being able to just, you know, you're using a relationship as an example, but this can apply to any aspect of life. Whether it is something we want to achieve in a career at a point, somebody wants to get additional likes on their page, whatever it is, you know, pretty much, it's good to definitely like not rush to the point where you expose yourself or you reduce your royalty to a lower level.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. See, I'm getting there. I'm with you. I got you here. Um, what's the name? You said, and God things comes to those who pray. So sit back and wait. This is your fate, and kneel down and pray near the day that He will be delivered. He will be delivered. Who's bringing it? Is it Amazon or UPS? Because it all depends.
Not Amazon, because they too quick. You need time. So maybe USPS. Maybe USPS is gonna bring it. No.
So you need that old postal office to deliver it. Yeah, because Amazon will definitely bring them in 2 days. I mean, you can't knock it though. Amazon does, you know, at least Amazon takes don't charge you for returns. Okay, so although they rush it down there, if it didn't work out, you can send it right back.
You're funny.
But all in all, no, this is good. If there is between the two poems that we've shared today, right? If there is one thing that you want a listener that's just logging on right now to take away, what would be that message? Or if there's just something that you just want to share that you just want to get off your chest and everything, what would that message be?
Um, that pretty much I feel like they both kind of translate this message, but like you're golden the way you are. and you just need to be happy with yourself, love yourself. And then if you ever feel down or feel like any situation that isn't amazing, you have the ability to write it out, you have the ability to speak it out, sing it out. Just do it, make it happen.
That's really beautiful, and that means a lot to me personally. Especially because I've not been able to get a haircut in months. Pretty much. So for you to tell me that I'm golden, makes me smile. Um, but definitely, this has been really good. To be able to sit down and discuss, your work. Um, and I did it in good time. I did 2 poems in good time. Like, yay you. I'm getting better at this. For all of anybody that's watching, again, thank you for joining us. To definitely discuss the 2 poems. I'm gonna let you go ahead and share with them a couple of things. I need you to share your social media. I'm sure somebody out there wants to know about your hairstyle. Your hairstylist will definitely market that. So if you want to share with them how to get in contact with you if they're interested in any of the services, um, and your cash app. I always ask people if they come on. Sometimes they give, sometimes they don't give. If you guys definitely enjoy the artist, please bless them with a little something. Share something with them. It's a tough time for artists right now. So over to you.
um so I am mainly active on Instagram. So my Instagram is Bosch Styles. It's right there, written for you. um Facebook, Princess Bosch. I'm not like, I'm only sharing memes and stuff on there, so I don't really do a lot. But it's really Instagram. I'm a hairstylist in Hoboken, Salon Gatto. Whoop whoop. And then my Cash App and my Venmo, they both are Bosch Styles, so makes it nice and easy.
Okay, so P Bush Styles on everything, Cash App,
Yep.
Instagram, the whole 9 yards,
Every time. Every
everything.
time.
So again, thank you for. I definitely thank you for accepting this invitation and joining us today. Um, you know, uh, and for your continued support as I've seen you tuned into numerous other shows even before today. Again, you've been part of my amazing cry out team. You've been a rock to my daughter. A great mom. So I definitely want to shout you out for that. Again, it's not always easy co-parenting, but pretty much I'm grateful that we're able to definitely hold our daughter down and continue to work together to bring her up to be a stand-up woman. That who's gonna know that she's golden, okay? That she's royal, and all of that stuff that you said in your poem. All right.
There you go.
But so we bringing the show to a closing now. I do want to announce. Oh, I didn't have the flyer up prepped, but the next show that I'm having will be on Monday. What's Monday's date?
The 8th.
Thank you. Uh, on Monday, the 8th, I'll be having Maui as my special guest. Maui is a phenomenal poet and artist. So hopefully, you guys can all join us again. This has been Into the Lyric. Thank you very much for being my guest today, Princessa. I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
being here. And I hope you go back to writing. I hope you write a poem before you go back to work. I want to hear something new. Okay.
I'm trying to write a little something about the state that we're in right now. So
Okay.
I'm halfway done.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'll be looking out for it. I'll be looking out for that. And most importantly, once the cave get back open, I can't wait to have everybody back in there. Dropping that poem, dropping that piece, and everything like that. So thank you.
All right. Thank you.
So, all right. So I'll be catching up with you later. I'm just about to close the show. Again, let me just make sure. Thank you for everybody for joining us today. This has been Into the Lyrics. My name again is Godsent. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're on Facebook, like the page. If you're not connected with me on Instagram at Real Godsent, please connect with me on Instagram as you can see my Cash App there at the bottom. Um, Luckily, we're able to actually wrap up the show early today. I actually have another interview that I'll be going on in a little bit, which is done by Jersey City Slam on Instagram. So I hope that you are able to join me and pull up the flyer so you can actually see. Well, I mean, just if you're connected with me on Instagram, you'll be able to see once I go live. It's going to be a real good time. Again, it's called Off Script or Off the Script. So I will be, I don't know if y'all see that. So on Instagram Live, starting at 8 o'clock, I will be live on Instagram with Mark, discussing something about, I really don't know what we're discussing, to be honest with you. But he has some questions that he feel that, as the owner of Cry Out Cave, I could definitely put some input in. So I'm looking forward to that. Please feel free to join me. Until next time, again, let's continue to fight the power and do whatever we have to do necessary to get where we need to get. Sorry, I cued the music way too early. All right. Now, y'all have a good one.
I was a deep stress, woke up refreshed, I'm so blessed. Yeah, yeah. Water in my face and everything is in its place. Peace of mind in my friends. I'm so blessed. Yes, yes, yes. My grandma almost had to see 92.